So you're thinking about adding consignment to your reselling business. In this video, I want to give you 8 critical things to think about in order to have success before you go ahead and add consignment onto your business.
Hey, I'm Lee Meyer, and I'm the founder of Listing of Freedom and the Empowered Reseller. And I help clothing resellers make more money without hustling harder. Let's get started.
All right, if you're new here, my name is Lee Meyer. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4, and I've made over $100,000 flipping used goods on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Part of my business in recent years has been adding on a piece of consignment to my reselling business as a way to be able to diversify my income streams and be able to bring in different inventory, higher profit inventory for my business. You may have seen some of my high profit flips in the video that I'm going to leave a link for up here, and you're going, yes, that would be amazing to be able to have high profit items that I'm selling for other people that I didn't have to go out and invest in, that I didn't have to spend time sourcing. And while consignment can be an amazing way to see more profits in your reselling business, there's 8 things that you're going to want to do first before you get started with consignment. I'm going to be giving you my best tips and uncovering all 8 critical steps here, including the last one, which is the most important lesson of all. So stick around for the end. Now, before we jump on in and get started, I want to take a second to invite you to grab my free brands list. You're going to find that in the description below this video. This gives you 150 of the best brands that I source and sell on a regular basis that have led me to that $100,000 mark and beyond. And if you're looking for a way to be able to bring in income for your family that's a little bit more passive and a lot more scalable, then you're going to want to check out my 6-figure blueprint. You'll find a link for that down there in the description as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in. Number 1 to know ahead of time is how long your consignment period will be. 2 weeks is probably too short. A year is probably too long. Somewhere in between is where you're going to want to be, maybe 60 days up to 6 months. That's kind of the sweet spot for a consignment period. Number 2, what your fee will be to consign with you. You're going to need to take into account your time to be able to get items listed, your time in meeting with clients. It needs to be enough that it's worth your time as well as it's worth it for your clients to consign with you. Number 3, when and how you'll pay. You're going to want to determine this ahead of time. If you've got a longer consignment period, you may want to consider setting up multiple times throughout that consignment period where you're going to complete those payouts to your clients. If it's a shorter consignment period, at the end may be just fine. Number 4, your inventory storage and management. How are you going to keep that separate from your own items? How are you going to keep that separate from other items that you are reselling? And how are you going to track that inventory? You need to have that all figured out before you get those first items for consignment. Number 5, sales tracking. How are you going to keep track of when items sell and how much you owe for consignor payouts? You need to have a way and a place to track those sales as they come in. Number 6, you're going to need a plan for what to do with those items that don't sell. Are you going to need to meet back up with the client to get them those items back? Are they going to be donated? What is going to happen? You're going to want that planned out ahead of time. Number 7, you're going to want a consignment agreement that outlines everything that we have been talking about in this video. The purpose of that agreement is to put it out in the open for both you and your client as far as what to expect when it comes to consigning with you. Number 8, and this is the most important one right here, this is you're going to want to know how to say no to people who want to consign with you, but they don't have maybe high profit items or it's just not a consignment client that you want to work with. You're going to want to be prepared ahead of time for those situations and be prepared with a tactful way to say no. Now, if you're needing help finding clients, knowing how this whole consignment process works, then you're going to want to check out the Ultimate Consignment Starter Kit. I even give you a template for a consignment agreement as well as a spreadsheet in order to be able to track your sales as they come in, self-calculating with that payout included. All right, if you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel because I've got more amazing reseller content headed your way, and I'll catch you in the next video soon.